Lando Norris may be the best rookie driver added to the historical McLaren driver lineup after the addition of Lewis Hamilton in 2007. The Belgian-British driver first served as the reserve driver for the McLaren F1 team during the 2018 campaign, and he was signed as a full-time driver for the 2019 season with the sudden retirement of Fernando Alonso at the end of the 2018 season. He partnered with Carlos Sainz at McLaren in his F1 rookie season, and his performances were very impressive. He scored points on 11 occasions and only narrowly missed out on a top 10 championship placing. He continued his rhythm to 2020 with the unstoppable Brit securing a maiden podium and moving up to 9th overall. His unstoppable rise continued in 2021 with a further 4 podiums and almost a race win as he dominated another more senior teammate, Daniel Ricciardo, to move up to P6 in the final driver standings. He is a young, active, and pleasant figure, and he maintains a very healthy relationship with his fellow F1 drivers. Two-time world champion Fernando Alonso has a very good relationship with the young Lando Norris. They partnered at McLaren in 2018 when Lando was assigned as the reserve driver of McLaren 2018, and he was mentored very well by the Spaniard during this time at McLaren. They even became partners during the Daytona 24 Hours race in 2018 as well. After a disappointing 2018 season, Fernando Alonso left Formula One, and Lando was added to the 2019 driver lineup of his historical F1 team. Even after leaving Formula One, these two maintained a very good relationship with each other, mentoring this young British driver by two-time world champion. Fernando Alonso joined the Alpine F1 team after 2 years of absence, but these two had a good relationship with each other, even though they were on 2 different teams. After recording his first pole position in the 2021 Austrian GP and finishing the race in the 3rd position, equaling his career best results. Alonso swapped his helmet with this young British driver, renewing their friendship. Writing on the helmet that he presented to Norris, Alonso said, "You are a star, a rock star. Best of luck for the future, Lando." In his message for the Spaniard, Norris wrote, "Thanks for teaching me everything when I joined McLaren," alongside a smiley face picture. Williams F1 driver Alexander Albon has had a very good relationship with Lando Norris since his karting days. They had a very close battle when they were fighting for the 2018 Formula 2 championship as well. Both of them were promoted into F1 in 2019 because of the huge potential that they showed during their time in F2. Alexander shares a very close relationship with both Norris and Russell, and they even play golf during their leisure time with each other. Off track, they are spending their time together, forming a strong bond between them. "We've been racing against each other since the age of 12, Albon said, all the way through to now. So for most of us, that's 12 to 13 years of racing together. I see them more than I see my family right now. It would be a tough 12 years if you hated them and also saw them every day." Further explaining his relationship with Norris, Albon said they've both known each other since they were both 12 years old, a relationship that dates back to their karting days. Today, the pair have become so close and share a tight bond. He further explained that although they're competing against each other, their friendship remains strong. When he was asked if their relationship changes when they're on the track, Albon said that's the thing. "We are friends, we enjoy each other's company, and we love bantering and winding each other up once it comes to the racing side. It's kind of like everyone's their own man. Once the helmet's on, you park that friendship away, but you still have the respect, and you know that when the helmet's off, that you're still friends again." 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris are from the same country, but they don't seem to maintain a good relationship with each other. Lando Norris once said that he looked up to Lewis Hamilton, and some McLaren fans rated him as the next Hamilton. But the relationship between Hamilton and Norris is not a good one, as they clashed many times on and off the grid. When Lewis Hamilton posted his new helmet design on Twitter before the beginning of the 2022 season, Lando Norris had hilariously thanked the 37-year-old for using his yellow-colored helmet to pay tribute to him. However, the Mercedes F1 driver's epic response is likely to have left the McLaren F1 driver speechless. Hamilton told Norris, "Well, actually, I was using yellow before you were born, so in retrospect, yours is a tribute to me." In 2020, Lewis Hamilton was able to break Michael Schumacher's record of most number of career victories by winning the 2020 Portuguese Grand Prix, and the young British driver simply disregarded the achievement of his fellow countryman, stating that Lewis Hamilton had it easy because of the dominance of the car. But later he apologized for his comment on Hamilton's achievement. "I owe an apology," he said. "I've been stupid and careless with some things I've said lately in media and interviews, and haven't shown the respect I should have shown to certain people. I'm not that kind of person, so no, I should apologize to them, but also to everyone reading and listening. Sorry." However, despite these digs and banter, the 7-time world champion has always heaped praise on this young British prospect, and notably called him a great driver at the end of the 2021 Austrian Grand Prix, after achieving a third-place finish in that race. Hamilton publicly praised Norris following qualifying for the last year's Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, a session in which Norris felt he had squandered a potential pole in his final run, but his final flying lap was disqualified for exceeding the track limits. After this disappointing qualifying session, Lewis Hamilton replied to Lando's Instagram post, saying, "Nobody can knock you for giving it your amazing lap. It's great to see you and the team shine. Move on, let's race." Carlos Sainz spent 2 seasons with McLaren, partnering with Lando Norris, and they maintained a very close friendship during their time at McLaren, before moving to Ferrari for the 2022 season. Carlos Sainz secured 2 podium finishes at the 2019 Brazilian Grand Prix and 2022 Italian Grand Prix. Sainz and Norris were called as Carlando due to their close relationship on and off the track, and it is still regarded as one of the most well-known friendship duos in Formula One history. Talking about their relationship, Carlos Sainz said, "Everything came very naturally from the first day I met Lando." Sainz explained his relationship with the Briton. "We got along very well, and we had this super competitive situation, but at the same time, we respect a lot of what we do and try to enjoy Formula One." According to Sainz, "I want to get along with all my teammates. Obviously, with Lando, it's special, and I don't expect every new teammate to be a new Lando." Carlos Sainz was the first teammate of Norris, and it was the first time that they met in their racing careers. But both of them were able to develop their relationship beyond the professional relationship into a most famous bromance in Formula One paddock. Talking about Sainz, Norris said, "I had never spoken to Carlos before. I didn't know him, and I didn't know what he was like. We became good friends off the track, but also tough competitors and good teammates. We wanted to bring the team forward. We wanted to win races, and we worked well in harmony. At the same time, we were also very ambitious among ourselves. It just worked well, as teammates and as rivals. I think we had the perfect combination," Norris said about his best friend in F1. Carlos Sainz left the McLaren F1 team at the end of the 2020 season, but they still maintain a good relationship with each other. They are still chatting with each other before the start of the races, and spent most of the time together in the paddock, even though they are driving for 2 rival teams. Both Leclerc and Norris are the graduates of 2019 edition of Formula 2, and both of them maintain a very healthy relationship with each other since their time in the junior category. They spent a lot of time together playing online games during the pandemic period, and they streamed those videos through Twitch as well. Russell and Albon also join with them as well. Even though they are driving for different F1 teams, their bromance is stronger than all other things. We can remember how Charles Leclerc responds to Norris after losing the chance of winning the 2021 Sochi Grand Prix. He was a pole sitter of that race and was in the best position to win the race, but due to the poor decisions made by the McLaren engineers, Norris had to give up on the victory with the sudden rain. Leclerc was very disappointed about losing the chance of Norris to win the race. I can imagine what he's feeling because also he's part of the decision process in those types of situations, and he might feel very, very guilty, said Leclerc after the 2021 Sochi Grand Prix. But he's an amazing driver. I think he has shown it very often this season. He has had a very strong season, and I'm sure he will learn from it. It's just a matter of time before his first win. I don't think he should feel so down after the race he has done, Leclerc said, boosting the morale of Norris.